Hello guys, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? What's up? What's up? As usual, it's real and raw. Can you see how clean I'm shaven? Anytime you see me this cleanly shaven, I'm traveling. I always love traveling. So sometimes I just feel so lazy going to shave, to be honest. I know that's a horrible thing to say. Sometimes I feel so lazy going to shave when I'm just sitting in the house because I'm always doing everything. Trading Forex, doing data analysis, coaching people, of course, working out, doing research, shooting videos. I'm always just in my desk, in my office at home. So sometimes I'm just like, I'm not gonna shave anytime soon. And when you see me this clean shaven, know that a ticket has been booked. And yes, a ticket has been booked now. I'm traveling back on the road, man. You know me and traveling. Lovely, lovely. Guys, always plan to travel. Try to travel as much as possible. It opens your mind, it exposes you to different things. Your perspective about the world will change. How you interact with people, how you see people, a lot of things, man. Travel the world as much as possible. So yes, things are bad right now, I know, but you know what, we still try and squeeze in a few trips here and there. We have to see family and have fun and get some sun. Otherwise guys, we're going to be looking at something brief because right now I'm more in the traveling mode, right? But still, I have to be disciplined. You have to be consistent. There's one thing called discipline. If you don't have it, you don't succeed in anything. So we want to look at a story I read about a 31-year-old making 20 million Kenya shillings in 1 month. For those who are not in Kenya, that is an equivalent of $200,000 per month. That's good money. So how? And let's look at some of the lessons we can learn from it. What can we do right? And that's it, right? Very easy. So the story, 31-year-old making 20 million in a bad month. It's a Kenyan. It's called Andrew Kamau. He was selling building materials. Now, there are a lot of lessons to learn here. First of all, he started doing business quite early, and that's always a good way to start making money, by the way. So he was selling building materials the whole day in places like Lavington, Kileleshwa, Arunda. Those who are not in Kenya, these are some of the high-end estates in Nairobi. So I used to supply sand, ballast, stones from Ndarugu Quarry, and from the little earnings, I was able to raise 300,000 shillings as savings. So with the savings, he bought a 2.25 acre piece of land in Makongeni, in Thika. And that was at 3.5 million. Now, this article was written in 2017, but the lessons still remain. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because of him. I'm doing it because of the lessons we're going to be learning. So stay tuned. So he paid 350,000 as deposit for that particular land. He sold different plots to different people, which is something very common in Kenya. And he made a 3.5 million profit on it. So you can see he made a double profit. If you're doing business and if you want to accelerate your earnings, if you want to build wealth fast, one of the fastest ways is by starting a business. You have to start somewhere, and this is something most people don't realize. A business will always open your doors. A business will always accelerate your wealth. A business is not like stocks or real estate that the determined return every year. At least the average. With business, you can go to as high as you want. There's no limit. There's always a limit to how much you can earn at your job. There's always a limit to how much stocks can give back in a year. Always a limit to how many skills you can learn and how many things you can do in a single day. But there's no limit to the amount of money you can scale your business to earn over time. So as you can see, this guy was just smart. He saved 300,000, bought a piece of land, subdivided the land, made a profit. Quick business. Because usually for you to double your money in normal investments, it should take an average of 7 years. He doubled his money in less than a year for sure. Because if we look at this story at this time, then we can clearly tell that was a very fast sale. Buoyed by the impressive returns, of course there were impressive returns for sure, shifted and started buying land, constructing houses and selling them. Now he got into real estate fully. Now that's the next point. Real estate is a good place to be. If you're someone who is interested in real estate, please get in there. And if you're someone looking into it, it's a wonderful opportunity for making money. Real estate, especially in developing countries, real estate is still an open field. You basically can buy land easily and start building something, start building structures. And there are not so many stringent regulations as it will be in the West. So we still have a developing nation, we still have a developing country which has lots of opportunities. And the real estate industry is still growing, is still going to grow. Don't think that this has grown as it should. The real estate sector will still grow with time. It's somewhere you always want to get into because of cash flow. Real estate can give you cash flow, and then you can use that cash flow to build wealth, to get into other investment opportunities and to do other stuff. But real estate is good for cash flow. It's also good for conserving wealth because if you buy a building, that building will always be there. So despite the market conditions and stuff like that, you will always be sure that at some point, the value of that building will be way more than what you put into it. So real estate, good place for young people to start thinking early enough. One mistake that we make is that we keep thinking that real estate is for a certain age of people, or a certain caliber of people, or people with a certain net worth. Real estate is for anyone. As long as you get the right people to help you understand that sector, then you are free to join that real estate industry. And people join through different ways. You can be an agent, that's how you start. Some people are just mentored. Some are born to parents who have real estate and property, and therefore they basically become managers, property managers. Some are just builders or constructors, and then they get into that business. Some, like this guy, basically saw land and saw profits and decided, no, what, this is the best place to go. So you can get into real estate through different means. Again, you can also just earn money, save money, and buy property. So real estate is an amazing area to make money. That's another lesson. At the age of 27 years, he built his first residential house, a 2-bedroom. At the age of 27 years, again, a 2-bedroom at 1.6 million. So those who always think that real estate is quite expensive, 1.6 million for a 2-bedroom, that's good, that's fair, that's really good. And already it gives you that access to funding, it gives you access to loans, it gives you access to certain things that if you don't have a house, you won't get access to. So with 1.6 million, it's already on the property ladder. And then at 31, that means only 4 years later, he's now behind Greenview Apartments, Diamond Heights in Kikuyu, Mashariki Park Project, Mazuri Site Apartments in Thika, Kajiado, and multi-million shillings 36-house unit project at Tindigwa on Kiambu Road. Now he's busy building apartments that range between 2.5 million for a 1-bedroom house and 12 million for a 3-bedroom house. Now, if you have those kind of houses, tell me why you need to work for anyone else. Real estate is ripe and you can make lots of money, but you need to have certain things. You need to be someone who is honest, because the real estate has been plagued by dishonest people, scrupulous people, people who just want to get rich using people's money. So the best way for you is getting there, and getting there with lots of honesty and integrity. And be sure that you want to help people, not just to make the money, but to help people actually live in good places. People will always require places to live. People will always require offices. People will always require buildings. Get on the property ladder. You can see how much this guy was making. With that kind of sale, we're talking about between 2.5 million to 12 million per house. He says that I make between 20 million and 25 million per month. Real estate is the place to be. Now, this was just basically to show you that real estate is a good place for young people who want to get into it. And he mentioned a few things that I want just to look at. First of all, he said that we need to remove the notion that people should get into real estate at a certain age. That's one thing that young people get confused about. It's not about an age, it's not about a time. If you are ready to get into real estate, start where you are, start finding ways. There are always ways to achieve your dreams. There are always paths to follow to get to where you want to get to, if you really, really want to. But don't wait until you're 40 and start thinking you need to own one house where you're going to be living. Actually, the house you're going to be living in is not as much as an asset. It is an asset, yes, but it doesn't help you so much. It doesn't help with cash flow. It doesn't help you in, amassing wealth and growing that wealth. Yes, it can be conserving the little that you have, but in real sense, you're also spending a lot of money in just maintaining it, and it's not giving you any money. So in that sense, start thinking of property as something you can use to generate wealth and amass wealth, not just as somewhere you want to live, which you think of when you're 40 or 50. I would actually rather you rent, but have property that you are renting out for the people and making cash flow. And so he goes ahead and says many things. He was talking about, the age at which he amassed that kind of wealth. And this just because of real estate. And he spoke about the challenges, in terms of not having liquidity, which are just personal challenges. Our main lesson here is that if you want to get into the real estate business, you need to get in there with just integrity in Kenya, and you will always have customers. You will always have people interested, and you will also be in what we call the wealth building ladder. The moment you start investing in real estate, you start the wealth building process, and it will be amazing for you. So guys, it's just simple, really. This story is just an encouraging story of a young person went fully into real estate, did not look for employment, and now he is making crazy money per year, money that some people will never make in their lifetime. He makes per month. Of course, there will be challenges. Of course, sometimes things won't be easy, but you have to be determined. You have to be focused. These things don't happen overnight. They require discipline, consistency, and focus. So if you are focused and you know what you want, go for it, and it can really, really change your life. That's it for me for Raw and Real on Wednesday. I'm basically talking about real estate. I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think about real estate. Are you thinking about it? Is it something you've gotten into? Is it something you've lost some money or you made some money? How has your experience been if you have been into it? And if you haven't, what's your plan? Until next time, guys, see you. Ken's Money Matters out.